Go.
Welcome to Coffee and Candor. This is Ross,
Brandy,
Amber, and Chris.
Today we're going to talk about something fun. Some of you may know about some of these things, some of you may not. There's a lot of treasures out there still to be found, and we're just going to talk about a few of them in the United States. The first one would be Forrest Fenn's treasure. Have any of y'all ever heard of Forrest Fenn?
No.
only because of Josh Gates.
Okay.
Is he the one with the paintings?
No.
Oh.
No, he's the one with the thing out in Santa Fe. Yeah?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Forrest Fenn, in 2010, announced that he had taken a chest filled with artifacts, gold coins, that sort of thing, and hidden it somewhere in the Rocky Mountains.
And how did he get all of this? All of this stuff?
He actually, I think he started in the Air Force in 1950.
Okay.
And was a pilot and did a lot of traveling all over the world and was kind of a adventurous type person, explorer, that sort of thing. And when he came back and settled in Santa Fe, New Mexico, I'm not sure when it opened, but he had a gallery there.
Okay.
And at one point had like 18 employees, so this was a
pretty significant gallery.
Mm-hmm. And
didn't he collect like cultural artifacts from
yes.
like I know
fetish idols from South America.
Did you say fetish idols?
Yeah. You know what a fetish is, don't you? Not the sexual fetish.
I was about to say, yeah, I know.
No. Okay, have you ever seen those little tiny stone carved animals? Like of a bear or a wolf. Those are fetishes. And what they are is they're like talismans, especially for Native Americans.
Or like,
we should have come up with
fertility goddess fetish.
We should have come up with a different word for the other one.
Probably. Because, they're kind of sacred and special.
Yeah.
We just made that weird.
Yeah, all kinds of weird.
But and they're like intricately carved, and they're very small. Something like small enough that you could carry in like an amulet or like the old medicine bags that they wore on their neck or in your pocket now. Yeah.
All right.
But literally in this gallery, he had Egyptian artifacts, Asian artifacts, just all kinds of different things. Apparently, it was very popular. Celebrities would buy from him, that sort of thing. And I believe in 2008 or 2009, he got cancer.
Okay.
And he wound up surviving.
Well, that's good.
And
So is he still alive?
Yes. Yeah, he is 87 now.
Okay.
And it kind of changes his perspective on things. And he said in the past a lot of times that this was a way to get people out there, get involved in nature and do it. He wants people to do it as a family or do it as a couple, that kind of thing. Go out there and look for this. And it's really interesting. Like I said, he
fucked up if there wasn't anything there.
Did he put it on public or private land? Public land?
Supposedly it's on public land, but it is not. What has he said? It's not.
Well, even public land isn't owned by the public; it's owned by the government.
Right, if it's on private land, then
that's trespassing.
Yeah, no,
and if it's on public land and you start digging it up, then you're in trouble too.
Here's the thing: he has stated in the past it's not buried; it's hidden, but it's not buried.
Oh, really?
Because yes. Depending on
what the fuck are we still doing here?
Yeah, why aren't we trampling around?
Well, that's another thing. He's actually stated, 2010 was when he hit it. Mm-hmm. He's 87 years old now. People have emailed him, asking him questions, talking to him about it, because he actually, when he did this, he put out a poem that has hints, clues to find this thing.
Why don't you read the poem?
I will, just a second. And he's actually stated that people have emailed him, asking him questions, talking to him about it.
Right.
And he knows from their emails that there are people that have been within 200 feet of this thing and not found it. So,
oh my goodness! If I would have heard that, I'd have gone back to where I was.
Yeah, I've been thinking. Oh, is he talking about me?
200 feet in every direction,
and I would have just fucked everything up until I found it and been cutting trees down and shit.
But anyway, here's the actually we'll read the poem that he put out there.
Okay.
As I have gone alone in there, and with my treasure bold, I can keep my secret where, and hint of riches new and old. Begin it where the warm waters halt. Now, a lot of people believe that is actually the first clue. Begin it where the warm waters halt.
It's not. There's a clue earlier in that. But
Yeah, I think him going alone, maybe it's a tight space only one person can
and
fit
treasures
into.
new and old.
But and it says, and take it in the canyon down, not far, but too far to walk. Put
That's
in below.
Too far for his 87-year-old ass to walk.
That's true. He was 80 when he hid this, and it was, they say, between 40 and 50 pounds.
Yeah, that's
So it's not like he's gone, hiking out through the countryside.
yeah.
But it says, put in below the home of Brown. There's areas out there that are called brown that could be referring to brown trout. I mean, there's a lot of things.
Okay, hold on. Let's start from the beginning and just read the whole poem uninterrupted.
Yeah,
and then
without-
let's go back and dissect it.
As I have gone alone in there, and with my treasures bold, I can keep my secret where, and hint of riches new and old. Begin it where the warm waters halt, and take it in the canyon down. Not far, but too far to walk. Put in below the home of Brown. From there, it's no place for the meek. The end is ever drawing nigh. There'll be no paddle up your creek, just heavy loads and water high. If you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down, your quest to cease, but tarry scant with marvel gaze. Just take the chest and go in peace. So why is it that I must go and leave my trove for all to seek? The answer I already know. I've done it, tired, and now I'm weak. So hear me all and listen good. Your effort will be worth the cold. If you are brave and in the wood, I give you title to the gold. That's the whole poem right there.
I don't know about that House of Brown.
Yeah, I mean,
That-
there's a lot of different
Brown
interpretations.
Yeah, that seems pretty significant. And on the poem, it's actually capitalized as if it is in fact
Brown,
somebody's
yeah.
house.
Like Brownsville or
yeah, or
Wow.
somebody named Brown.
Brown
Well,
Town.
also, I mean, it could be the home of brown trout.
Brown
It could be
Bears.
referring brown bears. Yeah, a lot of people agree that there are 9 clues in here, and most people agree
And
which
you-
lines are the clues. So,
All right, let me pull this up real quick. Let's see. Okay, as I go alone in there, that seems like it would be a tight space.
Like nobody
Or
else. Like
Well, but
it's
wait a minute. You say that
a very narrow
he has also
walking
said
trail.
he has also said it's not in a cave, it's not in a mine,
Okay.
and it is not buried. So
Okay.
that rules out
No, but like
no, it doesn't.
no,
I mean, it doesn't.
because
you could
because it
still
also,
be a tight passage and not
No,
be in a
true,
cave.
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So it's just sitting out there in the open?
Well, maybe not after 10 years.
It may be tucked under a rock outcrop or something like that. I mean, it's probably not sitting on top of a rock with a neon sign over it, but
A hint of riches new and old. I think it would be interesting to know where the Colorado, the Rocky Mountain Gold Rush was, because that.
well, and supposedly that's one of the things that that's in the cache is gold coins. So that could be that could have some meaning.
To begin where the warm waters halt. So it's somewhere along a river.
Yes, and it's where, like I guess a cold stream starts up. That's why I'm wondering if he's talking about warm waters halt, and then he talks about below the home of Brown. I'm wondering if he's not talking about brown trout. I don't know, But I mean, you could go on and on. There's so many theories on the internet about what about what the clues mean and everything else.
Yeah, from there, it's no place for the meek. That sounds like it's a pretty decent hike.
But again, like I said, you got to remember this guy was 80 years old when he did
the end.
Yeah, but he was also somebody who was not only.
Oh, he was very hardy. Yes,
Right, yeah,
Right.
he's somebody that had spent a lot of time in the outdoors. So
Where it says the end is ever drawing nigh, that sounds like it would be near the end of the trail, perhaps.
Yeah.
No paddle up your creek could be the end of, a small creek or a offshoot of. There's a couple of rivers,
Or
right
maybe
there.
at the headwater of a creek.
Yeah, maybe. Just heavy loads and water's high, so it's near water.
Definitely, yeah. Everybody kind of agrees on that. And
Wonder if
a
there's
lot
like
of
a
people
little
think because they're talking about
waterfall or
water's
something.
yeah, a lot of
You know,
people
it's
think
tucked
that because
under.
he's talking about water's high, that it is referencing a
Oh yeah,
waterfall of some sort.
not high water as in deep water,
Water's
high
high.
water
high,
as
literally
in
high,
Yeah.
Waterfall,
Yeah.
like you said.
Yeah.
like behind it or something.
If you've been wise and found the blaze,
Down the
Yeah, I'm not sure
I
what
don't
the... Well, if
understand
you
that.
actually look up the definition of blaze, there's a lot of different meanings you can get from that as far as a fire or...
Move your phone, Chris.
Yeah, it's Chris's phone.
okay.
As far as a fire, a blaze could be a flash of color as far as flowers or something like that. So there's there's a lot of ways to interpret it.
If you've been wise, found the blaze, look quickly down your quest to cease. So where he sent the people is on like a cliff.
Who knows?
That's what it sounds like. Or he sent them to the waterfall.
Yeah, could be. Could be behind the waterfall.
And then you glance down, and now it's your treasure is actually. I bet it's behind a waterfall.
I mean, who knows? Who knows?
But
one thing that's interesting to note,
Or
I said,
like behind, like if you're looking down, it's under something, so that you have to be up above it to see. Like under an outcropping that you wouldn't see unless you were looking down at an angle or something.
Yeah.
one thing that's interesting to note, like I said, he was 80 years old when he did this. He has said in the past he lives in Santa Fe, New Mexico. He hid it in the Rocky Mountains somewhere, but it was within a day's trip. Because
What's a day, though? Is that 24 hours? Is that 12 hours? Is that 8 hours?
Well, I mean,
I can't imagine.
like a work to 8, 9, 10 hours.
I can't imagine an 80-year-old dude being able to put it down for 24 hours.
No. He's talking about daylight. So
I mean,
like what you would think of as a normal day, work day, whatever. Because he said in the past that he left, went and did this, and came back, and his wife didn't know where he'd gone or what he was doing.
So then that would that would
8, 9
mean
hours.
Oh, I think she might get suspicious after after a couple of hours, right? I mean, if your 80-year-old husband just leaves and then comes back 9 hours later and doesn't tell you shit, I think you're going to have an idea.
And I saw some
amiss.
theories online talking about spots in Wyoming, and I'm thinking
that's too far.
That's too far away from him. There's no way he could have done that.
I went from Colorado Springs to Wyoming, and that just to get to the Wyoming border from Colorado Springs was like 5 hours.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this.
So if he was in New Mexico, there's no way.
I did a Google direction search for Santa Fe to Colorado Springs. Mm-hmm. That's like a 4-hour and 30-minute drive. So you think about this: if you left, went straight to Colorado Springs,
he'd already had to have a place mapped out.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
I would think more south of Colorado Springs.
Oh yeah, easily. Yeah.
Maybe. Man, I don't know. Probably between the border and Colorado Springs,
but
because it takes about an hour and a half to get from Colorado Springs to Trinidad, another 30 minutes to get to the border. Maybe is that right?
I don't know.
So, yeah, and that's one of those. I mean, this has been going on for almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
So we're probably not going to figure it out. Sitting here. But
and like I said, he has claimed that he knows for a fact people have been within 200 feet of based on comments they've made in emails to him.
Man,
That would suck to be one of those people.
Kidding. I'd be like, oh my God, is he talking about me?
You know, every one of them that's talked to him thinks he's talking about
But
them.
Oh, yeah.
I know Brandy referenced Josh Gates on his show